Hello, this is Dr. Turner, and we're going to discuss AP testing, which is coming up just around the corner. The purpose of this video is to really build your confidence. You have your teacher to talk to as far as course-related questions, but you need to know who to talk to when it comes to test administration. That's myself, Dr. Cap, and Miss Eichhorn. Just so you know, on exam days, all the rules and regulations that we're following are controlled by the College Board. All the rules are not created by Nicolet, so that's important to know. We have very specific rules we need to follow. So today we're going to talk about how you get prepared prior to testing, an overview of your day with some schedules and logistics, what to expect on the actual day of testing, some general reminders, and then lastly, the contact information for the three of us that I just mentioned, so you can get a hold of us if you need to. So prior to testing, you need to confirm your test dates and your locations. You're sent an email with your location as to whether you're going to be testing at the JCC or at Nicolet. You also need to review your calculator policy and ensure compliance. Here is the website for the calculator policy. Please make sure you go there and have the correct calculator for the exam. Review the terms and conditions at the website below. On the day of testing, for each exam that you take, you will need to accept the terms and conditions that will go over a lot of different rules and regulations, some that we're talking about today, and additional ones that we have not touched on today. So please make sure that you review that in advance so you know what it says. If you have any test changes that you need after getting that email, please contact Miss Eichhorn immediately so we can make those corrections. On testing day, you need to know your AP ID, so please bring that AP ID number along with you. If you're taking music theory or language, please practice your recordings of your audio responses and ensure your transportation requirements are complete. If you're riding with friends, which we encourage you to do, please make sure you have that figured out in advance, or if your guardians are giving you a ride, figure that out in advance. If you need van transportation, there is a Google form that you should be filling out indicating your van transportation needs. The bus loading zone is where we'll be meeting with the van. For morning testers, we'll be meeting at 7:15, and for afternoon testers, we'll be meeting at 11:15. The shuttle from the JCC will leave from that bus loading zone and will take us right to the Marcus Pavilion entrance, and we'll return to the Nicolet main entrance after testing. It's very important that you get a good night's sleep and eat a hearty breakfast. I know it's sometimes tempting to cram that night before and race out of the door in the morning, but you'll find that it's not going to help to cram the night before, and it's only going to hurt your chances of being alert on the test if you don't get a good night's sleep and eat a healthy breakfast. Very important. All right, the exams themselves are May 6th through the 17th. There is a late exam dates of May 22nd through the 24th for people who scheduled in advance or that are sick or late on exam days. Morning exams start at 8 o'clock. We begin those directions at 7:40, so you should be arriving by 7:30. Afternoon exams start at noon. We begin reading those directions at 11:40, so you should be there by 11:30. You must arrive to your testing room no later than 30 minutes prior to the test. Please make sure you are on time. Here is a quick overview of the exams that are taking place at the JCC. The students that are testing at Nicolet will still have these same tests at those same times here at Nicolet, and please just check your email for those locations and room numbers. If you're confused on your room number, please see Miss Eichhorn in Student Services to clarify that number. Lunch. If you're testing in the morning at the JCC, when you come back to Nicolet, you'll eat lunch. If you're heading over to the JCC, during enrichment time at 10:50, you'll head to the cafeteria, and the van will leave to the JCC at 11:15, or you can drive your car over at 11:15. If you're at the JCC for an afternoon and a morning test, please bring a bag lunch. If you're testing at Nicolet, please bring a bag lunch. Materials to bring: you need 2 sharpened number 2 pencils with erasers. You need 2 pens, either black or blue. You can have up to 2 calculators, and you can use a straight edge ruler for the AP Physics exam only. When you get to your room, All the rooms will be set up ahead of time. Do not move the desks. They are measured. They have to be 5 feet apart. Listen to the proctor's directions. Whatever you do, do not open the shrink wrap on the test until the proctor tells you to open the shrink wrap. If you do so, your test can be invalidated and you won't be able to take that assessment. Listen carefully to all directions and follow them as they are presented. Also, when you get in the room, you will have your AP ID label at your seat, and you'll have a name tent as to where you sit. You can place your number 2 pencils and your black pens on the desk. We will have extra Kleenex and pencils and pens available for you if you need them. In the exam room on testing day, you should not bring any of your personal items, no backpacks, no purses, no AirPods, no phones. If you must bring something with you, we'll have to put those in a designated area, and all the electronics have to be turned off. These are all the I can't do for AP testing. I'm going to go in order from the upper left to the bottom left. You cannot have your cell phone. You cannot have a camera. You cannot use AI. You cannot leave testing. You cannot use a smartwatch. You cannot eat during testing. You cannot take breaks that are unauthorized. You cannot share testing answers. You can't move on in the test unless you're told to do so. And there are only some tests that you can use a calculator for, and only certain calculators that you can use. So there are lots of don'ts with AP testing. One of my ultimate favorites is you cannot wear clothing that has content information on it. So no math shirts, no poem shirts, no chemistry shirts, or anything like that that might have some type of an answer on it. Next, during the exam, again, you'll have to accept those terms and conditions that we talked about. There's the website to be able to review those. Each test has 2 sections and a break. The first section is multiple choice. You'll use your number 2 pencil. You'll have a 10-minute break, and then you'll have your free response, which you use your pens for. After you complete the first section, your proctor will instruct you to seal your test books. They will collect your books, and they will have you take your break. When you come back from your break, if you needed to use the bathroom, you'll be coming back. Otherwise, you should break in the room. You should be back right when the break is up. You can use the bathroom, like I said. You can talk quietly. You can have your snacks and your water at this time. It's important to know that Nicolet will not be supplying snacks. Please bring your own, and please bring your own water bottle. At no time should you be on your phones. It is ground for dismissal, or you can cancel and validate not only your test, but the test of others. You can't use social media in regards to the test. These types of behaviors will result in your test being invalidated, and other students testing with you as well. So please, no phones. I cannot stress that enough. Section 2, the free response. This is, like I said before, you use your blue or black pen. You should not complete the responses in the orange booklet. This is an error that students have made in the past. They will not score your free response. It has to be in the booklet specifically meant for the free response. So please pay attention for the start of the free response questions and where that writing should begin. You have to complete your writing right when the proctor calls time, and you will be dismissed by the proctor. Please do not ask to leave early to go to an appointment or anything else. The proctors have to dismiss everyone together when everyone has completed the assessment. New this year, students can go to this website and they can indicate a college or university that they'd like to have their AP scores sent to. And then attendance. You have to arrive 30 minutes before, like we said before. That's 7:30 or 11:30, depending if it's a morning or afternoon test. If you're going to be absent, you need to call the attendance line. You wouldn't call the attendance line. Your guardian or your parent would call the attendance line, just like any other school day. To reschedule that test, you will be assessed a $40 late fee. If you have an emergency, again, you would also have that parent or guardian contact the high school office. If you're late for the exam and we have started the test, we cannot let you take the exam. You would have to make it up on the rescheduled test date and be assessed that $40 fee. At the JCC, you're going to enter through the Marcus Pavilion on the west side of the building. You're going to get signed in by Miss Reinhardt and or Dr. Flaherty. You're going to wait in your designated area, and then you will move to your testing location together. Remember, we are a guest in this location, so you shouldn't be walking around the building. If you have multiple tests, like I said before, you'll be able to eat lunch at the JCC in the cafe space. However, you do not have enough time to order lunch from their kitchen there. You do not have time. So departure, make sure you listen for instructions, follow the signage, and do not discuss the exam with anybody after the exam has been complete. All right, the JCC parking. If you're coming from Nicolet or if you're coming down Bender, that's over here. Bender turns into Devon, and you can roll in this way up through this street right here, and you will park in this west parking lot. We'll enter through the main entrance here. The transportation from Nicolet will drop off and pick up right here. This year, you can also park in this upper lot if you need to, but you would still come in the main entrance. And please be sure that you are not parking on this road. It clogs things up for the other visitors at the JCC. All right, so expected behaviors. Keep calm and follow directions. You've got this. You have been studying all year. You have great teachers. You are prepared. So just keep calm, listen, follow directions, respect the people, respect the space, and just be kind. We know you can do this. All right, so here are the people that you contact if you have an issue or a question. At the JCC, the lead person will be Dr. Capello. You see him in the lower left-hand corner there. He is going to be overseeing the Ritz Theater in the community room. At NHS here at Nicolet, Ms. Eichhorn in Student Services will be your contact person for if you're testing here in the building. And then lastly, you can contact me. I'm the AP Test Coordinator, Dr. Turner, with any other questions you may have. Again, you've got this. You'll do great. Get a good night's sleep, eat a healthy breakfast, relax, and get to testing on time so you don't have that extra added stress. I look forward to seeing you on AP Testing Day. Study hard.